Hello, this video is about that and who in these kinds of sentences, like I'll just write it here, the man who came to dinner, or the mouse that roared, and a few variations. Hope you enjoy it. We're looking at that and who in relative clauses. So first of all, here's a pair of sentences. I've got two pairs. Snow White is a story. It's the first sentence, and the second one in this first pair, the story has always been popular. Now I can make these two sentences into one sentence by taking the second half of the second sentence, there we are, and moving it up there and putting in the word that in order to complete a sentence. Snow White is a story that has always been popular. A story, that. Story is a thing, and it goes with that. Now here's my next pair of sentences. I met a man, and the other one, the second one, the man speaks 6 languages. Wish I did. Now, exactly the same as above, I can join these two sentences together by taking the second half of the second sentence, like that, and grabbing it and moving it up there, and putting in the word who, because it's the man who. A person goes with who. But it's more complicated than that, as you will find out soon. Here's the next little scene with a picture of a woman. She's rather happy because she's doing a job that she likes. She's looking after a baby in hospital. She's a doctor. And so I can write underneath, a woman who wants to be, notice a woman who wants to be happy, must find a job that satisfies her. There we go. So just like before, we've got a woman, I'll underline it in blue, a person goes with who, and a job, which is a thing, goes with that. So a woman who and a job that. And here's another example of the same thing. Here's a man with some cats. He doesn't really like the cats, and the cats don't like him. So what can I write? I knew a man who was scared of cats. A man who? Or was it the cats that were scared of him? So I'll just underline quickly there, man who and cats that. But it's a bit more complicated than that, as you will see now in scene 2. I'll just take all that text and move it down a bit, because we can use a person, woman or a man, with who or that. So I'm going to write in the other option there, a woman that wants to be happy, I'll put a bracket, and a man that was scared of cats. You can use that or who with people. I'll just put a little blue arrow there to show that it goes with both, a woman that or a woman who, a man that or a man who. With things you can only use that. Now I can describe that in a different way with a diagram, so I'm going to put a little diagram at the bottom here, that for things and who for people. But it's also true that that is for people. Imagine this is a railway line and we're just joining the two tracks together. So that is for both things and people, and who is only for people. And again, I haven't left myself enough room, so I'll move it down so that I can write in the title. I call this the switch. The switch. Now, if you want to read more about the switch, we have a website called grammarbytes.co.uk, and go to /articles and you'll find something else about the switch. Right, let's move on to the next scene. Here are two young men talking about the job which one of them has, and he's not happy. And his friend says, do you hate this job? Do you hate this job? And the other one says, well, it's not the job. It's not the job that I hate. Whoops. That I hate. It's not the job that I hate, ... But I'm going to put that in brackets because there's a new subject, I. So we don't have to use that. You can say, it's not the job I hate. Instead of saying it's not the job that I hate, which is okay, you can say it's not the job I hate. It's something, and here it is. Someone, not something. And this is his boss, and he's not comfortable with him. So here is what he's saying, ... It's the man who, or that, because it's a person, it's the man who they appointed as my manager. It's the man they appointed as my manager. And I'm going to put who and that in brackets because you don't have to use who and that. You can just say, it's the man they appointed as my manager. Now, the reason is there's a new subject in both cases. So if you look on the left there, you'll see there's a new subject, I. I'll just underline the word I there. If you look on the right, there's a new subject, they. I'll just underline that. So if there's a new subject, you don't have to use the relative pronoun who or that. Now to finish, I'm going to put up 4 sentences. Here they are. And I'm going to put up 4 alternative ways of filling the gaps. Each sentence is different, and each gap fill will have to be different. So first of all, I'm going to write up the 4 alternatives. Here they are. You can guess what they're going to be. That is the first one. Then the next one I'll write here is who or that, because they are always alternative. And then I'm going to put the same thing again, but in brackets. So I'll write that in brackets. And finally, well, excuse me, the last one I'll write who, that in brackets. Before I fill in the answers, you might like to pause the video and think about the sentences for a minute. The first one, Karim is a man. A man is a person, so I'll just underline man. That's a person, that's your first hint. And the second hint is likes, is the verb. There's no new subject, so you can guess what the answer is going to be. It's going to be who or that, not in brackets. There we go. Karim is a man who likes coffee and conversation, or is a man that likes coffee and conversation. Now the next one, the train, is a thing, so that gives us the first clue. It can't be who. And the second clue is after the gap we have a new subject, you. So that tells us that it's going to be that, and it's going to be in brackets. So I'll just go up and grab that and pull it down. There we are. The train that you should catch leaves at 4:25, or if you like, the train you should catch leaves at 4:25. Now the next one, I'll smile at everyone. Everyone is a person, so that gives me a clue. It's going to be who or that. And the second clue is I. There's a new subject, so it's going to be who or that in brackets. So just go up and grab that, pull it down, who, that, in brackets. I'll smile at everyone I meet today. And the last sentence, thing, that gives us a clue, and there's no new subject, just the verb. Anyway, there's only one option left, but just to be sure you understand the reason why, those are the reasons. So we put that there, and those are the 4 sentences complete. That's the end of the first video on relative clauses, which we're making, and there's more to come. That's all for today. Bye for now.